Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 133rd session of Mero Eye's iTunes webinar powered by Mero Eye Academy. This is Ms. Olu Gautam signing in as your host for this session, and I'm so glad to have you all this evening. So prior to the beginning of today's session, I request you all to drop your queries to our live chat box on the YouTube so we can discuss those queries later on our discussion session. So for now, I would like to move ahead to inaugurate today's session without any ado. So joining us today as a speaker is Maheswari Srinivasan to share her insights on topic virtual reality in optometry. And before she begins, let me highlight her short introduction. So Ms. Maheswari is an M.Optom, Fellow of the International Association of Contact Lens Educators, and also the Fellow of the Association of Schools and Colleges of Optometry. So I welcome Ms. Maheswari on the behalf of Mero Eye and all our participants. Over to you, ma'am. Please proceed.
Thank you, Solu. Thanks for the great introduction. So I am just looking for a great interactive session. So before that, can you all assure that my audio and video is fine? So
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so it's the first time I'm joining Mero Eye, so it gives me a lot of pressure and very great to know that this platform has been built for with a lot of efforts, and it's been happening for more than years, and you have a certain set of audience from more than one country. So I first congratulate Mero Eye for this great platform, and thank you for Mero Eye for giving me this opportunity. So I will just proceed with the talk. So let me share my screen. So initially I will be showing you a video. So okay. So I request you to kindly watch this video, and if you can chat in the chat in the YouTube channel, so that would be really great, so that I can understand what you're feeling. Accordingly, I can speak. So I'll just play this video. Just keenly watch this video.
Oh, it's gone straight up. Drivers catch it mid-on and mid-off coming together. Christian backs. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have seen this, the catch which is coming to the hand, the ball which is coming to the hand. So he missed the catch. Okay, so as an optometrist here, what do you think? What do you think that you can do it? I've stopped my sharing and I'm just looking at the chat box if there is any responses. So if you're seeing this and if you're missing the catch, so see that as an optometrist, what can you do for this? Okay, so okay, since there is a lag, I'm just proceeding with the share. Okay, so we obviously think of somebody getting the ball in their hand and catch missing. We obviously think of something to improve not only in the vision, the overall performance, eye, hand, body, brain coordination. So this overall coordination can be improved with various methods, right? Okay, so nowadays we have latest technology to improve all this. So let's dive into the new technology. So this is the topic of today. So okay, so I will be sharing my own experience with the virtual reality and the construction of a virtual reality head mounted device, and VR applications and videos, and a property of dissociation and binocular vision, and optics of virtual reality. Okay, so just I'm just going to make it very, very simple so that you can easily get it, and so you will have it takeaway points for today. So this is the device which I worked on, virtual reality perimetry device. So I worked on this device for more than 3 years, and I had a lot of experience, So people think that, when I say virtual reality perimeter, people think that, okay, so there is a big perimetry device. Okay, so that is for the actual visual fields measurement, and this is for screening. So that is not the case. This is the one which will do the exact measurement as your bulk device will be doing it. Okay, so you can check out this, the details. No, we have a publication on this virtual reality perimeter. You can check out the details of this device. So what I would emphasize here is this as good as a bulky visual field device. So now looking at what is there inside the device, looking at when you are seeing this, what you see this here, right? So we have to initiate this initially, in my experience, when I was working with this virtual reality device, what is the distance between, the display and the eye? What is the distance between the lens and all that? I went into a lot of measurements, and I did a lot of experiments, and finally, I'm just clear. Okay, so what you have to do inside the device, what you have to arrange it, what is the distance between, what is the object distance, what is the image distance. So all that I did, when I was constructing this, and later I worked on another virtual reality device. So when I was doing all this, what is the main thing that I found is, I was not getting the source anywhere. No, even in the Google, when I was searching, how exactly I will design this. We have a lot of virtual reality softwares. When you just type in the systems, when you type in Google virtual, though, we are getting virtual reality games. Okay, so we are not getting any custom made applications for optometry. So I was seeing that there is a lack here. So I was just discussing over this call. So okay, we have decided, okay, let us do it as a proper course. So just happy to share my experience over here. Okay, so I will just explain to you what is there in a virtual reality device. So in the virtual reality device, what we are seeing here is, you have a cover. No, here you have a convex lens, and you have the cover over this, and you have the final display here. Okay, so this display can be a mobile display, or it can be just a manual or custom made display for this purpose. So looking at this, so what we can understand, you can just directly connect with the optics that you have studied in your geometrical optics. So the positive lens create a erect and virtual image. I think you remember this, that we have studied in the optics. So it's very simple. It's very, very simple as it's optics as far as the optometry is concerned. Okay. So now we will see how it appears inside. Okay. So when you're looking at this inside, what happens is the mobile monitor, so it just splits like this. So this is automatically done by the software. You can just go. So maybe if you can see this. Okay, so this is, I'm just over my YouTube. Okay, so see if you can see this. Okay, okay, so you can see this. So you can see that it is split. See, you can look at my mobile. Okay, so my mobile is split into two offs. Okay, so this is divided into two offs so that you get this three-dimensional image, right? Okay, so so one thing is you have split to the two side, you have split. The other thing is it's virtual and magnified. So it looks very, very real when you're looking at this, when you see this, how it is going on. So it is looking more real than the real. So once you have this mobile split, then what we will do is we will take it up and keep this inside this. Okay, so I'm making it very practical so that it will be really interesting. Okay, so in the virtual reality device, so once I have this ready, that it is split into two. Okay, so the screen is so one interesting thing that you see is nowadays all mobiles are coming with the same length, and which is just matching with this length, right? So that's really interesting. And when you just split this into two, when you just split any mobile monitor into two, so a single portion is just a square. So this is how all the mobiles are made nowadays. So it is all made virtual realities friendly. Okay, so I will just insert this and then I will be viewing this through this. Okay, so it creates a three-dimensional effect and it will be really wow kind of thing. Okay, so how I will keep it, as I have mentioned here, so we can just keep it inside and then close it off. Okay, so once we are keeping it and close it off, so there are a lot of virtual reality videos and apps available. What you can do is you can go to YouTube channel and then type in the YouTube virtual reality space, virtual reality anatomy, virtual reality surgeries, anything like this. Once you type it like this, you will get a split screen like this. What you're seeing here, you'll be getting it like this. And you can go to Play Store or Apple Store. You can go there and then type as virtual reality apps. Okay, so you'll be getting a lot of mobile apps. Mostly we are getting VR games. Okay, so it's time that we have to create a lot of diagnostic testing, lot of educational material. So this is one of the example of educational material. Just you can see that how real. So I would say that virtual reality videos are more real than the real experience. So experience wise, it's more real than the real world. So let's see this. Okay, this is just to give you the experience of virtual reality, how it is splitting it. And now we are seeing it as two different things. When we are looking through the device, we will see it as single and three-dimensional. It will be really interesting. So let me check in my YouTube chat box. Is there any questions? Okay, I'm just proceeding. Okay, so now we will see how to connect this to optometry. How are we going to connect this to optometry? So it will be really great if you can interact in the chat box. So how now we have seen this, it is split, we can dissociate. So and it is more real than the real. You can take them anywhere, you can take them to space. All that we have seen, now we have understood the basic concept. Now we will see how do we connect this to optometry. So let me tell you how it is there internally, right? You have two openings for the right eye and left eye. Okay, and you have the nose portion here. Now what we are seeing here is a septum. Okay, so what we see here is there is something in front of your face. Okay, so this is going to dissociate. Okay, so that's very great thing for dissociating the eyes. Okay, so now we are connecting this to binocular vision. Now we have something to dissociate, and we will be keeping the mobile here. See what we can see. So this is the other side view. Okay, so here you have the for the right eye and for the left eye, and you have the nose here, and you can keep the mobile here, and this can be to locked. So what we are seeing here, how we can keep the mobile here, and then so this is to lock it off. So this is the other side view of this. So again, we are seeing this. Now there is a septum over here. So this is dissociating the right eye and left eye. So you can separately give an input for the right eye and separately giving another input for the left eye. So that if they are using both the eyes, then only they can see. That is the basis of amblyoptic therapy. Okay, so what they do is they are producing they are producing one impulse in the right eye, they are producing another impulse in the left eye. So only when they take this and put it in the right one, okay, so something something like no arrow, okay, so arrow will be projected in the left eye, and the target will be projected in the right eye. So they have to take the arrow and push it in the target. So only when both the eyes are open, they will be able to play the game. Okay, so that is the principle of amblyopia therapy. So this dissociation is really something very good, so that you can do a lot, you can play a lot with binocular vision. So once this dissociation is done, when so you are doing it, so it is like you are going to the other world. How we are using the headset, once you wear this headset, you are only listening to you're only listening to this world. So if somebody else is talking at your home, you do not know. Okay, so if somebody, so you're just so into this. Similarly, it is like visually closing your world. So you are only into this, and if anything else coming outside, you will not know. Okay, it's so immersive and it's so real into this world. So let me stop sharing and see if there is any responses. Okay, so again, I will share my screen. Okay, so now we got this, that it is dissociating. Virtual reality is dissociating, right? So let me do it this way, right? Okay, so what are the means of dissociation? So what is it dissociating? See, right now we use red and green filters to dissociate, right? Okay, so what else we are using? We are using Polaroid glasses for dissociating, right? So what else we are using? We are using vertical prisms to dissociate. So you can just think of what are all the tests that we are using to dissociate. Okay, so we can just do all the tests within the virtual reality. So when you use red and green filter, for what you're using it? You're using it for word photo, diplopia charting, Polaroid glasses, for stereopsis, the prisms that you're using, to measure the vertical prisms that you're using, one graphy method, so to dissociate the right and left eye, and then you're measuring the horizontal prisms. So all that can be done with the virtual reality, because we are having something to dissociate in between. So a lot can be done. What all tests that you can think of, that can be done with the virtual reality. So that will be really interesting to do this. Okay. So coming to this, what is possible with the virtual reality? Okay, so what all devices that is possible in future? Okay, maybe you would think that today Perimetry has come a virtual reality perimeter. No, it's a very portable perimeter. What else is going to come in future? Okay, so just for a so whatever the patient sees can be done in the virtual reality mode. So, and whatever you see cannot be done in the virtual reality mode. So I just made it very, very simple. Okay, so that if you can see this and you're doing the test, so that means you cannot use virtual reality headset. So patient is seeing it and responding it, then you can use the virtual reality and do it. Okay, so just if you're listening to this in the YouTube, maybe you can respond. Okay. Okay, so what I will do this is OCT. Okay, OCT is a device where you are seeing the patient. No, it is like you are looking at physiologically, you are looking at the anatomically, you are looking at what's happening in the structures, right? So OCT is not possible with VR. Okay, so perimetry. So looking at the perimetry, what is perimetry? Perimetry is patient is seeing it and using it. Okay, so perimetry is very much possible to make with VR, right? Okay, so coming to diplopia charting. Just for example, I just put that the possibilities that you can do with virtual reality is immense. You can do a lot with virtual reality, but I've just put some examples here so that you can you just get an idea. So you can come up with many other ideas which I have not mentioned here. Okay, So looking at a diplopia charting, so either here you are seeing or the patient is seeing. Yes, patient is seeing and responding. Yes, okay. So it is very much possible to do it with a virtual reality device. Okay. So HES charting. So again, HES charting is, patient is seeing it and responding it, right? Okay. So you are showing some impulse, and then you are dissociating the eye, and you are asking some questions and the patient is answering. So this is very much possible with virtual reality to make it. Okay. So TBUT, just for example, I put, no, the TBUT is that you are examining into the patient's eye. Okay. So this is not possible with the virtual reality. Okay. So we're getting it. So anything that you are seeing that's not possible, anything that the patient is seeing and responding can be converted into the virtual reality. So now you can ask me one question. No, already I have a diplopia charting, HES charting, all the facilities in my office, okay, in my clinic. Why should I go to VR? Why should I go to the virtual reality thing? Okay. So for this question, so what I will be answering is, there is a very, very, very big advantage of this virtual reality. So what we can see here is, we are either using the mobile phone here or any display. Okay. So since we are using the mobile phone here, what happens is this mobile phone is connected with the internet. Okay, so that is enough for us. Okay, so that means you need not be physically present along with the patient. Okay, so the biggest advantage is you can be in Nepal and the patient can be in US. Okay, so they can be anywhere, right? Okay, because it is connected with the internet. So the patient need not come to your office physically. So that's a greatest advantage, and this is going to create a great revolution in the teleoptometry or teleophthalmology. So amblyopia therapies, whatever you can see, because this can be connected with the internet. So you can do it, you can take any test to all over the world. So that's the biggest possibility. So other thing is that you're seeing it's portable, right? So it's portable, so you can take it anywhere. So these are the biggest advantage of this virtual reality device. It's portable and you can connect it with the internet, and there are a lot of other possibilities. If I do not want my mobile, if I do not want to keep my mobile over here, so what I can do is I can just have a display, some other display. A lot of other displays are available, and you have a mini computers and all that. You can code and whatever you want it. You can design whatever. For example, diplopia charting, you need 2 lines to keep it. So you can just design it whatever we want it. Nowadays we can design it over the software and install it in your mobile and download it and have a VR system and then start doing the test. That's as simple as that. Okay, so at this point, if you I will just check the chat box if there is any question. Okay, nice. I will just proceed over here. So now coming to the optics. What is the optics? Now I want to make my own virtual reality device. Now I want to make my own diplopia charting setup with the virtual reality. Okay. If you're a master student, do not repeatedly doing the same projects what your seniors were doing it. What is there in the literature already has been done. Do not do this. So if you want to do some different project, and if you want to design, it's just 1,000 rupees you can design on in your own. Okay, so you can insert to your mobile, and if you want to make custom made your own display, then it will take up around 20,000 rupees, Indian rupees I'm saying. So otherwise, just for the experimental purpose, for your project purpose, you can just use 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees, or maximum 2,000 rupees. You can make the entire project done, and you can do test it on your patient, and then you can present it. That will be a very valuable project. It will be a different project. So for that, I will be just giving you some hints how this optics is working. Okay, so we all studied this. So we have a convex lens over here. So looking at this, we have a convex lens over here. So we all know that convex lens, the image formation that we studied in the optics, right? So it sometimes makes a small image, sometimes it makes the inverted image, sometimes it's a magnified, sometimes it's minified. So we have done all this. I'm not going through all this optics, but there is one condition which is a very, very interesting condition, is it's virtual image forming. Okay, so many people think that optics is bit max oriented and boring, so that I made it very interesting. So that what you see, this is a one condition. Looking at this video, please look at this video. There is a one condition where you keep the object closer to the focal point. Okay, so the object is kept closer to the focal point. The virtual image will be formed only in that condition. So we must maybe remembering, we have studied various conditions in image formation in convex lenses, but there is only one condition. So once you see this image, it's like, wow, right? Okay, so we are having a magnified virtual erect image. Okay, this is the great advantage. So the other advantage is, you get the image on the same side of the object. Okay, so when the object is here, the image is also formed on the same side. This is just one secret which I have revealed about the virtual reality. That's it. That's everything is done. And now the only one secret, only one takeaway point is, you want to create a virtual reality device, you want to create a virtual reality machine. So you have to create a lens. Okay, so you should know this focal point of this lens. And where do you keep this object? You have to keep the object closer to the focal point. This is a one thing that you have to do. So everything is done. Okay, so hope this is clear. So I will just pass here. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay. Okay. So I'm just proceeding. Okay. So this is something very interesting. It's producing magnified image, and it is producing erect image. In all the other condition, it's producing inverted image, right? Now you're getting a erect image. It's magnified, and you can dissociate both the eyes so that you get a 3D effect. So you have two different images for both the eyes. Now you get a 3D effect. So with all this, it's making very interesting. So just try this on children. They will love it more than the all the other tests which is there in the conventional method. So it is just really nice. Okay, so now how will I know, how will I measure my distance and all that? So just a simple optics. I'm not taking into a complicated mathematics and all. This is a simple formula that we know, that UV formula for calculating the virtual reality distance. Okay, so what we are seeing is this device. Okay, so what we see here, this distance is the distance between the eye and the display. Okay, so this is U. Okay, so in this formula, what you have is U. Okay, so U is the object distance. Okay, so this is where you keep the display over here. Okay, and F is the focal point of this lens, whatever plus lens that we are using it. F is the focal point of this. Okay, so B is the image distance. Okay, so B is, it is not anywhere here. Okay, so I can just have it is virtual. Okay, so the eye is here. Okay, the eye is here, and the object is here. So object means my mobile phone is the object. Okay, eye is here, and the mobile phone is here. Okay, so this distance is U. What is V? The V can be here. Okay, so V can be here, V can be here. The V can be at infinity, or the V can be at any particular distance. Okay, for example, you want F.A.C.O dot test in the virtual reality. Now V is distance F.A.C.O dot is 6 meters. Okay, so now we want a near virtual near F.A.C.O dot test. Now your V is 40 centimeters, right? Okay, so the V can be anything, right? Okay, so to get a particular V, so V is the image distance. To get a particular V value, accordingly you can select your F value and U value. So you just change it with the different numbers and get a particular number, and accordingly you can design your own custom made device. Okay, so that's it. So I have revealed the entire secret of what is there in the virtual reality box. Okay, so how exactly to do it, in case when you're really doing it, it is not actually the same as what we are talking. Doing is always difficult than I know learning, right? Okay, so there is a saying that if you want to really learn it, you do it. Okay, so if you're really interested in knowing much about the virtual reality, if you're really interested in making it, if you're really interested in different types of projects, and if you want to really make something different, so here we have something very, very interesting coming up for you. Okay, so we are coming up with a full-fledged 30 hours course on virtual reality. So I think that will be very interesting for you. So I'll just share you the screen on. So this is our course content. So I will be mainly facilitating the session. So the session orientation will be happening on 4th December, and the course actually will be starting at the last week of the December. So what we have is, we have interesting speakers, how to design the software, how to design the hardware. So it's all made very simple for the optometrist to easily understand. And here our great speaker and optometrist and a founding director of Vicent Healthcare, Dr. Ramesh, from Manipal University. He will be talking about his experience in virtual reality. So that will be a great session to listen. And we have Mr. Peter and we have Mr. Mel from IBIS Vision. So if you want to if you want to more about this course and further details, you can contact this phone number. So I will be posting in the chat box also. Okay, so this will be a good opportunities. And so what we have on December, once again I will share my screen. So we are having another interesting session on virtual reality on December 4th. So December 4th, Saturday, 6:30 p.m., we are having orientation session on virtual reality, which is a free session for anybody who can attend. And again, whatever I have done today, this will not be the repetition of the same thing. So that will be totally a different session, totally a different introduction. And what we are going to see on December 26th, Sunday, we have OOLS platform. Again, that will be a free session, and it will be an introductory session on virtual reality. Again, this will not be the same as what we have done today. That will be a totally different session on virtual reality. That will be entirely different from what we have seen today. And most probably on the December 31st or last week of December, we will be having 30 hours course. Okay, so for any details, you can contact this phone number and the email is there, right? So I will be giving you this link. If anybody is interested in joining this session, you can register your on the December 4th session. You can register. I will be posting it in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, so I have posted the link in the chat box. Okay, so it's wonderful to see you guys. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Any questions, any clarifications?
So thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful session. So I guess we have a few questions in the YouTube. So are you ready to take them?
Sure.
So yeah, we have first question from Mr. Susan. So how can we get this device in Nepal?
Okay, so so you want just any virtual reality device, or okay, so see, one thing that you can do is any virtual reality device is available in Amazon. I'm not advertising for Amazon. So so there are different types of virtual reality device. Okay, so you have a simple device, so where you have a the place to insert your mobile, and you can just use the mobile apps and you can use it. Okay, so it's a very simple device that is available just at the price of 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees. That is available in all the online stores. Like for Amazon, it's a VR head mounted device. Okay, so we call it as HMD, VR head mounted device. So you can just type it in the Amazon, you can just get it. That is one way of doing it, right? So and there are, you can see in the same, when you are doing online shopping, in the same portal, you will be seeing, another virtual reality device 13,000 rupees, another virtual reality device 20,000 rupees. So what is the difference between the 1,000 rupees device and the 10,000 rupees device? What is the difference between all these is that immersive effect. Okay, so the immersive effect is something like you, when you are walking, so even in the virtual reality space, when you're walking, so as if you're really going into this. Okay, and when you're going into the treadmill, so or roller coaster, as if you're really going into it. Okay, so there are some devices where you will be having this orientation. Okay, so you will not know what is the orientation where you are walking. Okay, so you will just totally forget about the entire world, which has got so much of immersive effect. And you have this, you have this hand sensors. Okay, so you will be wearing it over the hand, and whatever you are doing it, so that will give you the immersion effect. No, for example, how these surgeons are learning surgery. Okay, so how are they learning surgery? So what they so nowadays there are some virtual reality softwares for surgeon to learn their surgeries. Okay, so what happens is they will exactly do it. Okay, so in that case, they will be wearing certain things in their hand, and the virtual reality device is worn, and step by step the learning things are coming. The anatomical steps. First you open it, cut, and you when you are doing it with your hand, so once you have done one of the opening, so this device will know that you have just done the openings, right? Okay, then it will show you blood vessels and all that. Okay, so that means there is a connect between your hand device and the head device. Okay, so these devices are having advanced features. Okay, so for minimal optometric experiments, you can just order 1,000 rupees device from Amazon. Okay, but what you, if you just it is just 1,000 rupees device from Amazon. So what you just, if you just order, you cannot, you cannot alter the distance. Now you want to do a Watford dot test. Okay, for which you want a particular V value, particular U value, particular F value. Okay, so you cannot change the lens, you cannot change the distance, you cannot do change anything. Okay, so that is why what I am doing in my practice is, I'm having one engineer to I will do the calculation, and I will tell the engineer, no, I want this distance and I want this distance, and I want this particular lens. I will take the lens and I will insert it. Okay, so I am making it custom make for optometry purpose, because for my purposes I want it custom make. Okay, so so it again depends. If you just simply want to experience what is virtual reality, you can just buy one thing and then just simply experience it as a learning experience. But actually, if you want to do, that is why what we are doing in our course. So people who are joining us for this comprehensive course, what we are doing is we are doing a flexible device. Okay, so what we are designing is you can adjust the U. Okay, so I have told my engineer to make the U value adjustable. Okay, so you just adjust the U value, so you just move it front back, so the device will be made in such a way that it's again simple device, so but it's made in such a way that you can adjust your U value. so that if the U value can be adjustable and you can put any of the plus lens, okay, any power plus lenses, whatever F value that you want, and accordingly, whatever B value that you want, you can accordingly get it. So, so people who are enrolling in our course, we are sending by courier. So this adjustable VR system that we are designing, custom make for ourselves. So again, depends on what is your need. Accordingly, you can get it in your Nepal. Thanks for the question. Yeah. Yes, Solu. Hope this helps.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I hope that answers the question. And also, I would like to add that we have more information regarding the virtual reality system on our website, that is www.meroeye.com. So we will be dropping the link in the YouTube. You can visit there for more information. So moving ahead with the next question, we have our next question from Ms. Sirjana. And what is about VR test as reliable as other tests, especially for haze chart?
Okay. So what is BF? I didn't understand. BF, is she talking about visual fields?
Yeah, I wonder she's writing VF as visual field and VR as virtual reality.
Okay. So the question is the visual fields from virtual reality, is it accurate? Am I correct? Is that question?
Yeah, ma'am. It
Okay.
could be. We will be waiting for her to respond in the chat
Okay.
as well.
Okay. Okay. So if the question is visual fields with the virtual reality system, is it accurate? Yes. Okay. So see, for example, if it is health chart, we have not actually done it. Okay. But if it is visual fields, I have actually done it. Okay. I have done it, and I've experimented over to 2,000, 3,000 patients and comparing it with virtual reality and the standard instrument that is there. Okay. So the answer is whatever you design. Okay. So according to the the conventional test, the monitor size is different. And as we already seen in this virtual reality, what we are seeing here is we want a particular U value, we want a particular F value, particular V value is obtained. Okay. So just U, V, F alone is our parameter. That's fine. It's finished, right? But what is happening here is we want a particular V value that is happening. Apart from that, it is also magnifying it, right? So this is something, something we need to stop and think about it, right? So the virtual reality system, it is also magnifying it. So what you have to do is correct calculation. Okay. So whatever is the magnification, accordingly, you have to minify your target, your object size. Right. Okay. So you have to do that calculation correctly. When you do the calculation correctly, it will happen exactly. I have done my own personal experiments doing this U value, V value adjusting and all that and magnification. And once I calculate this magnification, accordingly, I do the minification calculation. So in my target, so when I'm drawing it in the, I just draw it in the Photoshop and then download it in the mobile and then see that it is in my mobile, it is of that minified value. Okay. So when you do all the calculation correctly, accurately, that is going to be exactly same accurate. I have worked on 2 different virtual reality devices, whether it is visual field, the other one which I am working on it, so I'm not able to reveal it now. So so in these 2 settings, I have seen that whatever value that we are getting in the conventional device, we are getting the same in the virtual reality device. So it is virtual reality is no more a screening device. It is as accurate as the conventional device, provided that you do all the calculation, the adjustment, and you remember this magnification effect. And also when the device is too much magnifying, you think about the pixelation effect and the monitor effects, brightness, all that counts. We have to think about each and everything, accordingly make the compensation. It will be definitely accurate. I have not yet worked on the HES chart thing, so I do not have the personal experience to share it, but visual field, of course, I have worked and compared it, and it is working accurately. So once you do the calculation, whenever we do the virtual reality system, we always we compare it with the conventional device and take the readings and then publish the results. So so when you can compare it, and when you're confident about this, yes, correct. Only when it is accurate, you are just launching your product in the market. So it should be accurate. It must be accurate. So nice bringing this question about the accuracy. People have this question whether it is accurate, whether it is really matching the conventional setting up. Nice. Thanks for this question. So
yeah, I guess we have answered almost all the questions. So we will be waiting for a few minutes if anyone is willing to ask. So yeah, if you have any queries, then you can come up with the questions. We'll be waiting for a few seconds.
Okay, I have posted the session link. And so you people have also posted the further links, right? Okay. So in the meanwhile, I'll be sharing some of the applications with the virtual reality. So what do they do in Air Force nowadays? What do they do in Air Force? The entire pilot training is happening in the virtual reality systems, right? So just imagine a pilot training, Air Force training. So you need to have a real aeroplane, and you need to have an experienced person to stand in front of you and teach you, and you need to really go fly in the air and then do all the experiments. The entire experiment, entire learning, and entire thing is happening with the virtual reality. It's so immersive, and it trains your from the neurological level, it is training you. So the nice thing that you're seeing in this is, so I have read in one of the papers published from Air Force training from VR virtual reality. So what we see here is they save millions of dollars which is spent on the training, just happening with the virtual reality. They can sit at home and do the entire training. And once they are completely trained, and just few hours of training is required on the air just to do this. So that's very interesting. So what we can do now, how do we apply this in optometry? So what we can do is we can just take up the same thing, like, training, how we are training the retinoscopy to the students, and how we are training the ocular anatomy to the student. So all that can be done over the virtual platform, right? Okay, so it's time that we see that what others are doing. If Air Force training is happening, and let's also do the eye surgery training over the virtual reality. So it saves a lot of money and time, and it also saves, for every student who's learning surgery, some experienced surgeon should stand in front and then teach, right? Okay. So in this case, you need not, you save a lot of manpower. The student surgeon is already trained from the virtual reality, and then he's just ready to operate. And the few surgeries, it's not that directly after VR he's going to perform the surgery on the human eye. So the number of surgeries that is going to come down. So it's time that we have to see that what others are doing in the other profession, and then try to insert it into optometry. So that will be nice now if we can insert that into optometry. So so any ideas welcome. No, anybody who is really interested in further working on the virtual reality, you can contact the number given here, or you can contact Mero Eye. So you can connect with me. So I will just put the phone number also. Okay. So if you're really interested, to work with me, and very much open for working with you people. Yes, I am posting the phone number and email ID. So we can. So if you're serious about virtual reality, if you want to develop something, I'm very much open about it. So it's really something very interesting. What is there in 6 meters, you can bring it as a portable device. Okay. And as accurate as a conventional device. It's really interesting. And what is there 40 kgs, you can make it 500 grams. So that is very interesting about virtual reality, right? Okay. Anything else, Solu?
So thank you so much, ma'am. I guess we are to the end of the today's session, and I'd again like to thank our speaker for her wonderful insights and looking forward to see her in her next course. And I'd also like to thank all the direct and indirect helping hands for this conduction of the Mero Eye ITEX webinar. So before wrap up, anything you want to add or anything you want to tell to our audience?
I think I have informed everything. So one thing is keep excited about this, and as I've already told in the introductory in the video, so technology is going to replace human beings. So that is what people are thinking. Technology is not going to replace, but technology is going to replace the current techniques. Okay, so it is going to. So the optometrists who are into this new technology will be surviving in near future. So people who are learning technology will be replacing people who are not aware of the technology. So it's correct time that you can come into technology and change things. So I invite you people to come into the world of technology and change the future. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope everyone accept your invitation and come to you, the world of technology. So with this, we are to the end of the today's session, and it's our immense pleasure to have you all with us today. Herewith, I announce the closure of today's webinar, hoping to see you all again in the next one. Stay safe, stay connected. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.